And a very pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University for non-conference baseball action today as the Pioneers host the Bluefield State College Big Blues. I'm Jim Miller. I'll be with you calling play-by-play for today's game. Our producer is Nick Forsberg. For the Pioneers, they are coming in winners of their last three games, a weekend series sweep of Queens Friday, a 10-1 victory, and then a doubleheader sweep of the Royals 7-6 and 6-4 on Saturday. Tusculum at 18-10 overall, 7-2 in the South Atlantic Conference, good for third place in the standings behind Newberry and Lincoln Memorial. Meanwhile, Bluefield State comes in with a 7-7 record. They have not played since last Wednesday when they went to Tuskegee and swept a doubleheader, winning 10-6 and 13-5. Bluefield State with that 7-7 record, playing an independent schedule again this season. And this will be their second game against a South Atlantic Conference opponent this year. They played at Carson Newman back on March the 6th and lost by a score of 11-2. Before we give you the starting lineups, we'll pause for our national anthem. Our national anthem prior to the start of baseball action this afternoon between Tusculum and Bluefield State. Starting lineup for Bluefield State this afternoon, leading off will be the center fielder Logan Riston. Tanner Brandon in right field bats second. Peyton Durham, the first baseman, hits third. Kevon Moxley, the catcher, hits fourth. Cole Walker in third base hits fifth. Josiah Hatch in second base batting sixth. Shane Bianco, the left fielder, bats seventh. Tanner Ray, the designated hitter, hits eighth. And batting ninth will be the shortstop C.J. Cooper. Starting for Big Blues in this game is right-hander Kenrick Mendez. Mendez, with a record of no wins, no losses, making his first official start of the season. For Tusculum, they will line up defensively with Jarrell McDade in left field, Seth DeHaven in center, Zach Fincham in right. Around the infield, Bryson Ford at third base, Jaden Stiegel, the shortstop, Dalton Martin at second base, and first base, Garrett Dupuis. Catching is Chase Woolenweber, and he will be catching the Pioneer starter, the big right-hander Kent Noe, 6'4", 170-pound sophomore out of Gibbs High School in Knoxville. Noe, who is making his second start of the season, his fourth appearance, has a record of 1-0 with a 1.54 earned run average. He's pitched 11 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 runs total. He's walked 6, struck out 9, and opponents hitting .250 against Kent Noe. Noe making his fifth career start. He has a 1-1 career record for the Pioneers. In 24 2/3 innings, he struck out 20 batters. He will face the center fielder Logan Riston to lead off the ballgame. Riston, the center fielder, a junior out of Beckley, West Virginia. And the first pitch of the game from Noe is low and outside, ball one. Bluefield State's season statistics are about half complete, so not a true accurate reading of what these players have done offensively this season. In the 8 games that he has had recorded stats, Riston is hitting .367. Ball and a strike, the count. The pitch from Noe is hit to center field. DeHaven going back, still going back toward the warning track to the wall. It bounces off the fence on one hop. Digging for second base is Riston, and he'll stop there with a leadoff double. So Riston hit that one on a line to center field, went right over the head of the center fielder, DeHaven, for a leadoff double.
The right fielder, number 17, Tanner Brandon.
Riston drove that to center, and DeHaven's first steps to the right, and then that ball was over his head, and he had to play it off the wall. So Riston on at second base for the right fielder, Tanner Brandon. Brandon, a sophomore, 6'4", 198 pounds, out of Huntington, West Virginia. The stretch and the pitch from Noe is outside for a ball, 1-0. Jeff Hunter, the longtime coach for Bluefield State, with his assistant coach, Kyle Blocker. Noe with the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Inside, almost hit him. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes to count to Tanner Brandon. Stretch by Noe. 2-0 pitch. Chop foul. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Tanner Brandon. Dalton Martin keeping the runner Riston close at second base. Noe with the stretch. The 2-1 pitch is pop foul, out of play, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last season, Brandon hit .320 with 8 home runs for these Big Blues in 36 games. Two and 2 the count to Brandon. Pitch from Noe. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, got him. First strikeout for Kent Noe, 1 down here in the first. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Peyton Durham. Durham, a senior, 6'1", 222 pounds, out of Conover, North Carolina. Durham, a left-handed batter. First pitch to him is on the outside corner, strike 1. Durham also a home run threat. Last year hit 10 home runs, .323 average, knocked in 41 runs. 6 homers a year before that. Stretch from Noe. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball's popped up, way up in the air. Shallow center field. DeHaven coming in. Stiegel, the shortstop, goes back and makes the play in shallow center field for the second out. Very, very high sky today. It's not a cloud above us, and that ball went way up there, but Stiegel tracked it into shallow center field for the second out. Yvonne Moxie, the batter. Moxie, the catcher for the Big Blues. The junior out of Nassau, the Bahamas. 5'8", 225. 288 hitter last season for Bluefield State. First pitch from Noe is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Kavan Moxie. Noe's pitch. Nub foul. It's a ball and a strike. The last time we were with you, or last time I was with you here at Pioneer Park, last Friday night we saw history made as Charles Hall, the Pioneer right-hander, set a new Division II single-game record with 22 strikeouts against Queens. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 as the ball is fouled at the plate off the glove of Woolenweber, a ball and 2 strikes. That performance by Hall earned him South Atlantic Conference Pitcher of the Week. It earned him Southeast Region Pitcher of the Week, and just a short while ago it was announced he has been named the National Division II Pitcher of the Week. A well-deserved honor for the Pioneer senior right-hander. The 1-2 pitch to Moxie is chopped to short. Stiegel charges. He can't make the play as it bounces off his glove. Slow hit, but Stiegel a chance to make that play. It is going to be an error against the Pioneer shortstop as Moxie just chopped that one, and on that last hop in the dirt, Stiegel unable to come up with it. And it's safe all around. Runners at first and third with 2 outs for Cole Blocker, the third baseman. The stretch and the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Wollenweber. 1 ball and no strikes. Blocker, a senior, 5'11", 200 pounds, out of Honeypath, South Carolina. Pitch is chopped foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blocker last season with these Big Blues, .345 hitter with a home run, 24 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch to him is low and outside, 2-1. Chad Bell is calling the balls and strikes, and Stitch Williamson is on the bases today for this single 9-inning game. 59 degrees, sunny at first pitch with the wind blowing out slightly to center field. Wollenweber blocks that one, but it bounces away from him, and coming in to score is Riston, and Bluefield State takes a 1-0 lead on the wild pitch. So Noe with a couple balls in the dirt, and finally one that Wollenweber was unable to come up with. So it's 1-0 Bluefield State as Moxie takes second base. 3 balls and a strike, the count to Blocker. Noe's pitch, low, ball 4. That'll bring up the second baseman, Josiah Hatch.
Second baseman, number 30.
Hatch, a junior out of East Providence, Rhode Island, 5'10", 169 pounds. Batting with runners at first and second. Pitch to him. Chop foul into the Big Blues dugout, 1 strike. One strike the count here to Hatch. Stretch by Noe. The pitch. Hit towards third. Going the short way is Ford to second base. Martin for the out, and that will retire the side. An unearned run for Bluefield State on 1 hit. There was an error and 2 left on base. Middle of the first, it's Bluefield State 1. Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning here for the Pioneers as they will face right-hander Kenrick Mendez. The lineup for the Pioneers to face Mendez. Jaden Stiegel, the shortstop, will lead it off. Batting second will be the second baseman Dalton Martin. Bryson Ford at third base hits third. Nate Montgomery, the designated hitter today, batting fourth. Garrett Dupuy at first base hits fifth. Jarrell McDade in left field batting sixth. Chase Wollenweber, the catcher, hits seventh. Zach Finchman, right field, bats eighth. And Seth DeHaven in center field hits ninth. They will face right-hander Kenrick Mendez, a sophomore, 6'2", 147 pounds, out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. Last season, he made 6 starts for Bluefield State, went 0-3 with a 9.30 ERA. But in 20 and a third innings, he struck out 26 batters last season, walked 13.
Leading off for the Pioneers, the shortstop, number 13.
This season, he's been credited with 2 appearances so far, 2 and a third innings, and 2 strikeouts. Jaden Stiegel will lead it off for the Pioneers. Stiegel hitting .293, a home run, 12 runs batted in. Stiegel's also been hit by a pitch 11 times this season. Mendez will work from the stretch. The pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Stiegel over the weekend against Queens was 2 for 13 in that series. Both of his hits coming in Saturday's first game of that twin bill. He lines that one to center field. It'll drop in for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Riston. So, just as I say that Stiegel was probably looking to try and get a hit, he gets one here. Lead off the bottom of the first inning. Going to bring up Dalton Martin, the second baseman. Martin hitting .389, 6 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Martin among the conference leaders in numerous categories, tied for 4th in the league in home runs with 6. His 17 doubles are tops in the conference. The first pitch to him is outside for a ball, 1-0. Also second in the sack and runs batted in with 33. He's drawn 25 walks this season, which is second in the conference. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Martin. Throw over to first. Stiegel back safely. Stiegel's stolen just 3 bases this year for a leadoff hitter. It's a kind of a lower number, but he has been successful getting on base. Of course, getting on base in front of Martin, you're going to want to give him that hole on the right side. 1-0 pitch to Martin is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Martin comes into this game owner of a 9-game hitting streak. In the last 8 of those games, he's gotten exactly 1 hit. He was 3 for 8 with 6 RBIs in the series against Queens. In fact, Martin has knocked in a run in 7 straight. Two balls and no strikes to count to Dalton Martin, the junior out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, All-American last season. He takes that one for a strike, 2-1. Martin, 187 career hits as he continues his climb towards the 200-hit milestone. 115 career RBIs, a .394 career batting average for Dalton Martin, and on-base percentage just under 500. 2-1 the count. The Stiegel goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second is going to be late. And there with the stolen base is Jaden Stiegel, his 4th of the season. He is in scoring position for Martin with a 2-ball, 2-strike count to the Pioneers' second baseman. Martin already with the career-high 6 home runs this year. His 17 doubles are 3 shy of his career high he set last year. Also closing in on his career high for walks, which is 27. 2-2 the count to Martin. Pitch, breaking ball, low. It's a full count. 3-2 the count to Dalton Martin with Bryson Ford, the third baseman, waiting on deck. Mendez looks in for the sign. His 3-2 pitch. Inside corner, called third strike. So Martin goes down looking. The pitch that was right on the inside corner. And home plate umpire Chad Bell rings him up. The first strikeout for Mendez, 1 down here in the first. Bryson Ford, the third baseman, hitting .350, 1 home run, 27 runs batted in. Ford has emerged as the Pioneers' starting third baseman. He flies that one into left center field. The center fielder, Riston, is to his right. He has it lined up to make the catch. Stiegel tags and bluffs going to third as the throw comes in. And out is Ford, 2 down here in the first inning. Nate Montgomery, the designated hitter today, the Pioneers' usual starting catcher, will get some swings as the DH this afternoon. Montgomery hitting .337, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in for the senior from Geneva, Illinois. Montgomery 9 hits shy of 100 for his 2-year Tusculum career. Stiegel takes off for third. The pitch is low. The throw goes into left field. Stiegel will get up and he will score, and that will tie the game at 1. Moxie's throw to third was way offline, and Stiegel able to get up and score, and that will tie the game at 1. Stiegel got a good jump. Moxie looked like he double clutched a little bit, and no chance for blocker at third base. And Stiegel able to get up. His coach Todd Miller sent him home, and he scores to tie it at 1. So 2 stolen bases in the inning for Stiegel. Produces a run for the Pioneers. Pitch to Montgomery is lined to left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Riston retrieves it and gets it back into the infield, but Montgomery keeps the inning going with a 2-out single.
The first baseman,
Garrett Dupuis, the first baseman, will bat. Dupuis looking to get himself untracked. He's hitting .220. This is his 12th start of the season. He's got 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored against Queens in Game 2 of that doubleheader on Saturday. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss as he loses control of the bat. The bat goes all the way to the backstop, where it's retrieved by the on-deck batter, Jarrell McDade. Has that pitch here, and whoops. A little extra pine tar now for Dupuis as he stands in. The no ball, 1 strike count. Montgomery, the runner at first base. Dupuis has hit safely, though, in 6 of his last 7 games in which he's appeared. Both of his home runs coming in a doubleheader sweep of Goldie Beacom back on February the 25th. He homered in each game. Game 2 hit was a grand slam. That one's hit right back up the middle past Mendez into center field. Montgomery makes the turn at second, but he'll hold up. Back-to-back singles by Montgomery and Dupuis. The Pioneers have 2 on with 2 out.
now batting the left fielder, number 20.
And Jarrell McDade will step to the plate. McDade hitting .234, 2 home runs, 28 runs batted in. But despite the low batting average, McDade has been productive offensively. He's tied for 4th in the conference in runs batted in. The first pitch to him is popped up foul, out of play, 1 strike. McDade was 1 for 9 in the series against Queens. He did have 4 runs scored. In fact, McDade has scored a run. In 12 of his last 13 games, he had a streak of 11 straight games with a run scored, and in Game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader with Queens. The 0-1-2, McDade fouled away over the canopy. No balls and 2 strikes. McDade has had a 5 RBI game this season at Wingate back on March the 3rd, and then knocked in 6 runs at Mars Hill on March the 11th, which has helped his run batted in totals. In fact, that 6 RBI game against Mars Hill was the only game in the last 6 in which he's knocked in a run. But again, he's been getting on base and scoring runs for the Pioneers. Now he has a chance to knock a couple in here with 2 outs in this first. Mendez bluffs. Montgomery scampers back in safely as the second baseman Hatch came in from behind. Mendez did the slow wheel, and then as he saw Montgomery take a couple steps towards third, he quickly threw back to Hatch covering, but Montgomery in safely. 0-2 to McDade. The pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout of the inning for Kenrick Mendez, but the Pioneers do tie it. On 3 hits, there was an error and 2 left on base. 1 inning complete here at Pioneer Park. It's Bluefield State 1, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce As a local farmer, it really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Top of the second inning here at Pioneer Park, 1-1 the score between Bluefield State and Tusculum. Leading off for the Big Blues will be the left fielder Shane Bianco. He'll be followed by Tanner Ray and C.J. Cooper. Against a new pitcher for the Pioneers, it's lefty Andrew Willis. This was a planned Johnny Holstaff day for the Pioneers, and it'll be Andrew Willis's turn on the mound. Willis making his 10th appearance. He has 1 start, 1 win, 2 losses, 2 saves, a 4.98 earned run average. 21 2/3 innings, 21 hits. He's allowed 12 earned runs, walked 14, struck out 23 as that pitch is grounded foul by Bianco. And opponents are hitting .256 against Andrew Willis, the senior lefty, 6'2", 275 out of Gibbs High School in Knoxville. So 2 Gibbs pitchers starting this game for the Pioneers as Noe gives way to Willis. And that pitch is low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bianco batting for Bluefield State, the sophomore, 5'10", out of King George, Virginia. He'll ground that one to second, and Martin flips with the glove to Dupuis for the out. Sometimes you got to do what works, and that worked there for Martin. As Bianco turned over on that one, and by coming out of the left-hand batter's box, Martin knew that he had to make the play one way, and it was with the glove flip, and he gets it for the out. It's a play you never used to see, and now it's a very commonplace play, and if you can execute it, it's certainly just as effective as taking it out of your glove, if not more so. The first pitch to the designated hitter, Tanner Ray, is swung on and missed, strike 1. Ray, a junior, 5'7", out of Sophia, West Virginia. Willis's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Willis ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Winding the pitch, swing and a miss, he got him. As Woolen Weber applies the tag for the second out. First strikeout for Willis, 2 down here in the second. We'll bring up the shortstop, C.J. Cooper.
The shortstop,
Cooper hitting
C.J. Cooper.
Cooper out of the Nassau, the Bahamas. 5'8", 143-pound sophomore. Willis's first pitch to him is pop foul, 1 strike. Willis's last appearance came against Queens on Saturday in Game 1 of the doubleheader. He earned a save with 2 2/3 innings of relief. That pitch is taken for a strike. Did give up a couple of runs, but struck out 5. Been a very effective long reliever for the Pioneers this season, and down on 3 pitches goes C.J. Cooper, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Willis. 1 inning and a half complete. It's Bluefield State 1, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Legendary discounts made Johnson City Toyota #1, and this month our discounts are huge with savings up to $5,600 on new Toyotas. Camrys are discounted up to $3,800, so ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota and get your savings today.
There are several benefits that come along with our newly accredited ACBSP status for the College of Business programs. Among those is an instilled sense of confidence for parents and students. This includes our quality and credentialed faculty. This includes our strategic plan going forward, and the fact that we take into account outside feedback from students and stakeholders when designing our future programs.
the second inning for the Pioneers. It'll be the bottom third of the order with Chase Willenweber leading off. Willenweber hitting .312 in the season, his 11th start of the year. No home runs, 6 runs batted in. For Willenweber, the sophomore, 6 foot 180 pounds, out of Westchester, Ohio. Facing Kenrick Mendez, who gave up a run on 3 hits in the first inning. The first pitch to Willenweber is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Willenweber started game 1 of the doubleheader against Queens on Saturday, went 1 for 4. Half swing, he went 1 ball and 1 strike. Willenweber has hit safely in 5 straight. He's played in 5 of the last 7 games, or 5 of the last 8 games, and hit safely in each of those 5 games he appeared in. The 1-1 is high, 2 balls and a strike. It'll be Willenweber, Fincham, and DeHaven here in the bottom of the second. Pitch from Mendez. Chopped foul past third base coach Todd Miller. 2 balls and 2 strikes. John Topoleski coaching at first base for head coach Brandon Steele in his first season as the Pioneer head coach after a long career as the assistant to Doug Jones, who stepped down to focus on his athletic director duties after last season. Todd Ireland, longtime assistant coach, the associate head coach of this Pioneer team. The 2-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Third strikeout for Mendez, 1 down here in the second. Zach Fincham will bat. Fincham hitting .245, no home runs, 17 runs batted in. For Fincham, the Greenville High School product. A grad student, his final season of eligibility. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. Fincham with 178 career hits and 175 career games. 77 runs batted in, a .295 career hitter. Just 1 career home run. He hit that during his freshman season. One ball and 1 strike to Zach Fincham. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Fincham's only career home run was hit at Young Harris on April 12th of 2016. He pops that one to left field. Charging in is the left fielder, Bianco. He dives, he can't get it. It falls in for a hit. Rolling into second base is Fincham with his 7th double of the season. So Fincham on with 1 out as he loops the double to left field. And Seth DeHaven, the center fielder, will bat. DeHaven hitting .348, no home runs, 16 runs batted in. DeHaven making his 23rd start of the season as he has entrenched himself as the Pioneers' starting center fielder. Career .316 hitter is the Fort Myers, Florida product, Seth DeHaven. First pitch to him, he shows bunt and takes it outside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. DeHaven has scored a run in 4 straight games, 6 out of the last 7. Batting out of the 9 spot in the lineup. The 1-0 pitch to DeHaven is up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Jaden Stiegel, the leadoff batter, waits on deck. Mendez gets a sign. And the 2-0 pitch. The outside corner, strike 1. After today, the Pioneers with just 7 home dates left on the schedule, 10 home games total. 2-1 to DeHaven is swung on a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Seth DeHaven, with Fincham the runner at second base and 1 out. Stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. High, full count. Bluefield State has only played 1 home doubleheader so far. They played Cleary back on March the 7th, split that doubleheader. Their next scheduled home doubleheader not till April the 2nd against West Virginia Tech. In fact, they only have 4 scheduled home dates the entire season. He's Road Warrior Big Blues, as that pitch is chopped foul by DeHaven. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Double check on that. They're actually 2-1 at home this season. Or no, that was a road game. So yeah, they are 1-1 at home this year. Pitch is up and in, ball 4. So DeHaven draws a walk. Runners at first and second base for Stiegel, the leadoff batter, who singled, stole second, stole third, and scored on throwing here. Pioneers' only run of the game. So Stiegel steps in with runners at first and second. And 1 out. Infield looking for 2. Pitch. Line to left field, and it's going to fall in front of the left fielder Bianco. Around third comes Fincham, and he will score standing, and the Pioneers take the lead 2-1 on an RBI single by Jaden Stiegel, his 13th RBI of the year. DeHaven holds on at second as Stiegel just lines that one to left, and Bianco had to play it on a hop, and Fincham almost stumbled coming around third base, but able to score as Stiegel now 2 for 2. And Dalton Martin will bat. Martin was struck out looking his first time up. Tusculum now with 6 hits in the game. Mendez's pitch hit to left center field. Riston, the center fielder, moving to his right. He has it lined up, and he makes the catch. Tagging and bluffing is DeHaven as the throw comes into third. And that's 2 down here in the second inning. So Martin 0 for 2. That'll bring up the third baseman, Bryson Ford. Ford flied out to center his first time up.
The third baseman, number 16, Bryson Ford.
Ford, sophomore, 6 foot, 190 pounds, out of Knoxville High School, or Knoxville's Bearden High School. Batting with 2 on and 2 out. Runners go. The throw down to third is going to be late. It's knocked down by the third baseman Blocker. But with the stolen base, DeHaven is 9th of the season. Stiegel's 3rd stolen base of the game. He's matched his season total, as he now has 6 steals this season, 3 of them in the first 2 innings. That'll put 2 runners in scoring position for the Pioneers for Ford. Mendez's pitch is there for a strike, 1-1. Ford hit .333 last year for the Pioneers. This year off to a .350 start. Pitch, low and outside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Bryson Ford. Pitch to him. Checks his swing, and the ball to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the foul ball. As Ford had to bail out of there, but the ball hit the bat and went to the screen. 2-2. Nate Montgomery waiting on deck. Tusculum leading 2-1 here in the second. Mendez sets the 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Bryson Ford. The stretch, payoff pitch, low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Mendez, and the bases are loaded. for Nate Montgomery. Montgomery singled his first time up.
Nate Montgomery.
Chance to possibly break this game open here in the second inning, with Tusculum leading 2-1. First pitch from Mendez is there for a strike. Tusculum will be on the road this weekend, a 3-game series at Carson Newman, a single game Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and a doubleheader starting at noon on Saturday. Stretch and pitch. Chop foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Next home game for the Pioneers will be Friday, March 29th against Coker. That'll be a 6 o'clock start of a 3-game series with the Cobras. Tusculum has just one more home non-conference game this season. That'll be all the way on April the 16th, which is a Tuesday against Lee. That'll be a 6 o'clock start. 0-2 the count to Nate Montgomery. Mendez's pitch, low and outside, 1-2. Tusculum has 3 more non-conference dates coming up. Next Tuesday, they'll be at Lee, and then at Winston-Salem State the first week in April, then a trip to King. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Montgomery. The pitch, breaking ball, hit foul past third, still 1-2. With all the rainy weather that we've had this spring, Tusculum's right on it as far as the number of games. This is their 29th game of the season. Which is their target for the number of games they should have at this point. A couple rescheduled, but not much. 1-2 pitch. Called third strike on a pitch in the upper part of the strike zone. Montgomery says, well, I hope my pitcher gets that call. A run in the inning for the Pioneers on 2 hits and leave the bases loaded. At the end of 2 complete, it is Tusculum 2 and Bluefield State 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Legendary discounts made Johnson City Toyota #1. And this month, our discounts are huge with savings up to $5,600 on new Toyotas. Camrys are discounted up to $3,800. So ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota and get your savings today.
Another new pitcher for the Pioneers as we go to the third. You might see one pitcher an inning today. It'll be Sean McDaniel, making his 6th appearance of the season. McDaniel is 1-0 with a 23.14 earned run average. We'll explain that. He's pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 12 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. And opponents hitting .542 against Sean McDaniel. He's a senior out of Raleigh, North Carolina by way of Wing Tech. Last year, McDaniel, a 5.89 ERA, 18 1/3 innings. But a lot of those numbers are him just trying to work it down. He gave up 5 runs without getting an out against Nova Southeastern in his first appearance of the season. Then gave up 3 runs in 1 inning against Belmont Abbey. So he was working from in a situation where he'd given up 8 runs in 1 inning of work. Since then, in his last 3 2/3 innings, he's allowed 4 runs, which is better. Got his win against Goldie Beacon with 2 innings of relief. First pitch is a slider. And Stitch Williamson says he did not go. 1 ball and no strikes to count to the leadoff batter, Logan Riston. Riston doubled and scored back in the first. Daniel's last appearance was at Mars Hill back on March the 11th. He pitched an inning, allowed it a run on 3 hits in a 16-8 Pioneer victory. One ball, one strike to count to Riston, who'll be followed by Brandon and Durham here in the third. Tusculum leading 2-1. They've out-hit Bluefield State 6-1. McDaniel's pitch back up the middle into center field, a base hit. So Riston's 2 for 2. He's the leadoff base runner here in the third.
The right fielder, number 17.
Pitch comes in and right back at you. Dodged it with his leg, tried to stick the glove down, but unable to snag it. So both hits for the Big Blues off the bat of Riston, the center fielder. This will be Tanner Brandon, the right fielder, batting. He struck out his first time up. Takes a strike. That was against the starter, Kent Noe. Noe pitched the first. Andrew Willis pitched the second. Now Sean McDaniel on here in the third with more bullpen activity looming. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. There's bullpen activity in the Bluefield State pen as well. Here in this third inning. McDaniel's pitch, check swing. He did not go. It's ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Tanner Brandon. Runner goes, he steps off, throws to Martin, it's covering at second base, and now they've got Riston in a rundown. Over to Dupuis, and he'll give himself up. Now they're going to say it was a balk. It's a balk. Here comes Coach Brandon Steele. He left early, and McDaniel stepped off, and I think what he's going to say is he stepped off with the wrong foot. I don't know what he's going to say, but they say it's a balk. And whatever Stitch Williamson told Coach Steele, he accepted the response, and he will head back to the dugout. So a balk eliminates what would have been a caught stealing. Now Riston in scoring position. The 1-2 count to Tanner Brandon. Unfortunate is Riston was dead to rights, and McDaniel just got his footwork messed up and wound up causing the balk. 2-2 the count now to Brandon. Daniel peering in for the sign from catcher Chase Woolenweber. Checks the runner, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Going upstairs with the fastball and gets Brandon on strikes. Second time he struck out. His fourth Bluefield State batter to get out on strikes today. One down here in the third. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Peyton Durham. Durham popped up to short his first time. Actually more popping up to shallow center field as Stiegel went ranging into the outfield to make the catch. McDaniel with the stretch and the pitch. Line to right center field. That's going to find a gap. Plenty of open space out there. As coming around third was Riston. He'll score the tying run. Rolling into second with the double is Durham, and we're tied at 2. So Riston now with 2 runs scored in the game. Durham knocks in the run. We're tied at 2. He just turned on that one and sent it in the gap, and we are deadlocked once again at 2.
The catcher, number 6, Kevon Moxie.
Kevon Moxie, the catcher, will bat. He was safe on an error his first time up. Stretch by McDaniel, and the pitch. Chopped foul. 1 strike. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference today, all non-conference games. Mars Hill leads Southern Wesleyan 11-4 in the 4th inning. Lincoln Memorial leads Kentucky State 4-2 in the 6th. Newberry playing at Erskine this afternoon. That pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-1. And Newberry leading that ball game 9-1 in the 6th inning. Newberry ranked 22nd in the country in this week's poll. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Coming up later, it'll be Anderson at home with Augusta. Queens will play at Winston-Salem State. And Lenore Ryan will host Belmont Abbey. Those games all starting at 6 o'clock. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here to the catcher, Kevon Moxley. Pitch, low and away, stopped by Wollenweber. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Many of the fans who are here today have migrated to the sun while it's still shining in the seating area. The area beyond third base behind the visitors' dugout. About the first 10 rows or so is still in the sun. Those last 3 sections over there. So many of the fans sitting there try and get some rays. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Moxie goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Sean McDaniel. 2 down here in the third.
With 2 away, the third
Durham
baseman,
still at second base, and Cole
Blocker.
Blocker, the third baseman, will bat. Blocker walked his first time up. So 2 down here in the third. This 2-2 tie. Pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Bluefield State after this will be on the road this weekend. A 4-game series at Winston-Salem State. They'll play a pair of double headers on Saturday and Sunday. 1-0 pitch. Hit to short. Stiegel will charge, gets a hop. Throw across is in time for the out, and the side is retired. But a run in the inning on 2 hits and 1 left. Middle of the third, it's Bluefield State 2, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh,
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
New pitcher for Bluefield State as we go into the bottom of the third inning. This will be right-hander Alex Brugos. Brugos is a junior, 6 foot, 184 pounds out of Dinwiddie, Virginia. Brugos has pitched out of the bullpen for these Big Blues this season. He will come on here in the third of this 2-2 game. He will face Dupuis, McDade, and Wollenweber here in the bottom half of the third inning. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for Tusculum. 2 runs, 3 hits, an error for Bluefield State. So here's Garrett Dupuis. He singled his first time up. Dupuis, a 6 foot, 220 pound sophomore out of Kennesaw, Georgia, takes that pitch for a strike. Next pitch from Brugos, working from the stretch, is low and in the dirt. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Garrett Dupuis. Last season, Dupuis hit 190, but he hit 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch. in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Dupuis leading off the third. Stretching the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, he got it. 5th strikeout by Bluefield State pitching. 1 down here in the third. As Dupuis unable to catch up with something that looked a little off speed. And Jarrell McDade will bat. McDade struck out to end the first inning. And that one is lined to left field. Coming in a few steps is the left fielder Bianco. He reaches up and makes the catch. So McDade hit that one on a line, but right to the left fielder for the second out. Now Chase Willenweber will bat. He struck out looking his first time up.
For catcher number 8, Chase Willenweber.
So Willenweber will try and get a 2-out rally going. Pitch from Brugos is high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Willenweber. That pitch is low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. The next pitch is chopped foul, and it's 2-2 to Chase Willenweber. Brugos trying to finish off a 1-2-3 inning. That pitch floats high, it's full count. Three balls and 2 strikes to Chase Willenweber. The payoff pitch, low, ball 4. So Willenweber works the walk. He is a 2-out base runner for Zach Fincham, the right fielder. Fincham doubled.
The right fielder, number 10,
One down the left field
Zach
line
Fincham.
for a double, came in to score back in the second. So Willenweber will take his lead off first base. He is 0 for 3 in steal attempts this year. Pitch is in the dirt. Willenweber will take second as he read that ball well, and that's a wild pitch, allowing Willenweber to move into scoring position. Good job there by Willenweber to read that dirt ball and move up, as it did not really get that far away from the catcher Moxie. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Zach Fincham. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch in the dirt again, blocked by Moxie. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Fincham. Now time is called as Brugos wants a different baseball. Fincham will dig into the right-hand batter's box with a count of 2 balls and no strikes. The stretch and the 2-0 pitch. It's there for a strike, 2-1. Brugos looks like he's relying on off-speed pitches, change-ups. Earlier this year, we had a knuckleballer pitching against the Pioneers. I believe he was with Goldie Beacom, if I remember correctly. Or no, Notre Dame. Was it Notre Dame? They had a knuckleballer. It was crazy. Pickoff play at second base. Back safely is Wollweber. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Fincham. Burgos gets the sign. Comes to the high set. The 2-1 pitch is low, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Zach Fincham as Seth DeHaven waits on deck. He stretch. And the 3-1. High ball 4. Back-to-back walks to Wollweber and Fincham. The Pioneers have a rally going with 2 outs here in the third. As the center fielder Seth DeHaven will bat. DeHaven walked and stole a base his first time up. Slow walk to the mound. The Bluefield State dugout. Conference here. Bullpen activity continuing in both bullpens. Again, we will probably see a lot of pitchers in this non-conference game. And the message is delivered as the teams, the Big Blue infielders, return to their respective positions. So here's DeHaven batting with 2 on and 2 out here in the third. DeHaven with very good speed. Infield grounder could be a base hit. And there's that grounder to third, but it's right to blocker, and he will step on the bag, and just like that, the inning is over. No runs in the inning for the Pioneers, no hits, and 2 left on base. We have finished 3 innings here at Pioneer Park this afternoon. It's Tusculum 2 and Bluefield State 2 on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
You got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities for the 4th year in a row. We sell more because we discount every vehicle every day. We give you a lifetime warranty and complimentary service. So I invite you to come see why Johnson City Toyota is #1.
4th pitcher in 4 innings for the Pioneers. This will be the left-hander Alec Lay. Lay, who is making his 7th appearance. He's made 3 starts. He's 1-1 with a 4.30 earned run average. 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 14 hits, 7 earned runs, walked 10, struck out 13. Opponents hitting .241 against Alec Lay. The big, tall left-hander, 6'5", 160 pounds, out of Maynardville. Went to Union County High School. He comes into the strains of Wild Thing. His first pitch went to the backstop, if that's any kind of indication. Lay has been a steady pitcher for the Pioneers. He's gotten work throughout the season. His last appearance came last Wednesday against Alabama Huntsville. He started that game, took the loss, gave up 4 runs in an inning and 2/3. His lone victory this season came against Notre Dame of Ohio in a 3-1 win. He went 4 innings in a 7-inning game. Earned the victory. Weber chucks that ball into center field. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to the leadoff hitter of this inning, Josiah Hatcher for the Big Blues. Hatcher grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Weber looking at his hand. He is ready to go with the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Lay winds up in the pitch. Is there for a strike, 1 and 2. Wind up in the 1-2 pitch. Fouled the screen. Alec Lay, another of the big, tall lefties that the Pioneers have run out there in past years. I think it's Zach Slagle, Tim Hardy. Of course, those guys were big guys, and Lay is anything but big. He's tall. But those guys probably have a good 80 or 90 pounds on him. But Lay with a good arm, good live arm there, and that pitch is inside, full count. Just a redshirt freshman, so plenty of time for him to develop into a pitcher, and the Pioneers see potential in him as he walks the leadoff batter on the 3-2 pitch.
The left fielder, number 16, Shane Bianco.
Men's and women's tennis with a pair of victories today. The women defeat Carson Newman 6-1, and the men winners 7-0. They both stay undefeated in conference play. Shane Bianco, the left fielder, batting. Bianco grounded to second his first time up. Lay's pitch to him is in there for a strike. Bianco, a left-handed batter in the lineup, has faced both of the Tusculum lefties today. He faced Willis in the second and now facing Lay here in the fourth. Hatch getting a lead off first. Lay's pitch outside, a ball and a strike. Next pitch, there for a strike, 1-1. Lay has pitched in a conference game this season. Pitched a third of an inning, got final out in the 8th inning of a loss to Wingate. That one's hit to second. Martin bobbles it, can't make a play anywhere, and safe all around. That'll be an error. Martin probably thinking that maybe he could turn 2, and the ball just skittered past him for the error. Second error of the game for the Pioneers on defense. And it's first and second, nobody out.
The DH, number 9, Tanner Ray.
Tanner Ray, the designated hitter of the batter. Ray struck out swinging his first time up. And Martin will try and redeem himself on the next ball. Lay's pitch, showing bunt and taking a ball. Won't Weber throw to second. The tag by Stiegel, but safe at second base is Hatch. One ball and no strikes to count to Tanner Ray, the designated hitter. Weber will come out to give signs to the defense. One ball and no strikes to count to Ray. Putting on a coverage, and the shortstop Stiegel came around the runner as Martin sneaks in behind him. The pickoff attempt was unsuccessful. So we'll see what bunt coverage the Pioneers have set up on this play. Dupuy looks like he might be charging in from first. He's on the grass. He does come. The pitch is taken for a strike. So in that coverage, they had Dupuis charging from first. Ford stayed home at third. Martin's responsibility was at first on that play, with Stiegel covering second. Ideally, as a batter, if you can control it, you want to get the bunt down to third base. We'll see what they do here. Dupuis coming again. The bunt is popped foul. It's going to land in foul territory. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Likely the bunt will be removed now with the 2-strike count on the batter. Or they could cross it up and have him bunt with 2 strikes. Dupuis still in on the grass at first. Lay with the stretch. And Stiegel came in from behind the runner at second, Hatch. And Lay steps off the rubber. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Lay's pitch, no bunt. Line foul pass first. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. Now Dupuis back even with the bag, as it appears that that bunt is going to be taken off with that swing. So Dupuis now on this runner's shoulder with the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Willenweber, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Hatch the runner at second, Bianco on at first. Nobody out here in the 4th. Stretch by Lay and the 2-2 pitch. Inside and low, it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count to Tanner Ray. Stretch. 3-2 pitch. Line to center field. It's going to hang up for DeHaven, who gets there and makes the catch. Runner tags and then goes back as the throw comes in from DeHaven to third base. So Ray hit it on the nose, but he got too much underneath it, and DeHaven made the catch for the first out.
Now batting to shortstop, number 14, C.J. Cooper.
He puts a good swing on that ball, but DeHaven read it perfectly and got there for the out. So 1 out for the shortstop C.J. Cooper, who struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Showing bunt and bunted foul first base side. Ordinarily, we wouldn't think it'd be a sacrifice situation, but the on-deck hitter, the center fielder Riston, is 2 for 2. Lay with the stretch and the 0-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to C.J. Cooper. Lay. Stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Willenweber bluffs the throw to first, but that's the second out of the inning. Cooper goes down swinging for the second time. 6th strikeout for Tusculum pitching today. As Lay came with the heat and Cooper unable to catch up to it. Now the man they haven't been able to solve today is Logan Riston, the center fielder. He doubled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the third. Batting with runners on base for the first time today. Each of those previous at-bats, he was the leadoff batter in the inning. The first pitch to him is up and away for a ball, 1-0. 2 outs here in the 4th. Lay peering in for the sign. He'll stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Sunfield and the shadows always an issue here at Pioneer Park this time of year. And the canopy shadows starting to have crossed the first base line, moving toward the pitcher's mound. Runners go from Bluff's going from second, and pitches low, 2-1. As Hatch bluffed like he was going to third and then stopped. Two balls and one strike, the count to Logan Riston. Big hole on the right side as the pitch is lined to left field. McDade is going to have to play it on a couple of hops, as coming in to score is Hatch, and Bluefield State has regained the lead at 3-2. Logan Riston is 3 for 3. So another unearned run for the Big Blues. And they take the lead back at 3-2. 4 hits in the game for Bluefield State, 3 of them off the bat of Riston, as Hatch motored home with that go-ahead run. Now it's Tanner Brandon, the batter. He has struck out twice. The first pitch to him is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Tanner Brandon. Stretch by Lay, and the pitch low and in, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes, the count, with runners at first and second, 2 outs here in the fourth. The stretch by Lay, and the 2-0 pitch low and in the dirt, 3-0. On deck is the first baseman, Peyton Durham, who doubled homer run his last time up. So 3-0 the count to Brandon. The 3-0 pitch, low and away, ball 4. Second walk of the inning by Lay, and the bases are loaded. Be a lefty-on-lefty matchup, though, as Durham steps in. He popped up to short and doubled to right center to knock in a run. That was his last time up in the third. Batting with the bases loaded here in the fourth. Play comes set in the pitch. Check swing, hit to third. Ford has it. His throw across the diamond is in time for the out. So not the bat that Durham wanted, as a check swing will retire him on the ground ball. A run in the inning, 1 hit, an error, and 3 left on base. Middle of the fourth. Bluefield State 3, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Legendary discounts made Johnson City Toyota #1. And this month, our discounts are huge with savings up to $5,600 on new Toyotas. Camrys are discounted up to $3,800. So ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota and get your savings today.
pitcher here as we go into the bottom of the fourth inning. And it's going to be the right-hander Carson Thigpen. Thigpen, a first-team All-Hair selection last season. The right-hander is a senior out of Laverne, Tennessee. And he will be the third pitcher of the game for Bluefield State as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning with Tusculum trailing by a score of 3-2. So Thigpen will come on here in the fourth inning. He'll face the top of the Pioneer lineup. Jaden Stiegel will lead it off. Stiegel is 2 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, and 3 stolen bases. Stiegel will bat with the Pioneers trailing 3-2. So Stiegel digs in, face the right-hander Thigpen. And the first pitch is upstairs and in for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is taken for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and nothing the count to Jaden Stiegel. Next pitch, low and in, 3-0. Stretch and the 3-0 pitch. Inside corner, strike one. Three and one the count. And the pitch hit foul. It's a full count. Three balls and 2 strikes the count to Jaden Stiegel, leading off the bottom half of the fourth inning. Thigpen, 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, and Stiegel's on with a leadoff walk. 21st walk of the season for Stiegel.
The second baseman, number 5, Dalton Martin.
Last season, Thigpen pitched 7 innings, 9 hits, walked 10, struck out 3. Facing Dalton Martin here. Martin's 0 for 2. He's struck out looking and flied to center. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Stretch in the 1-0 pitch. Low and away, 2-0. This team's played here last season. Tusculum winning 13-2 on April 11th of last year. Thigpen pitched in that game, 2/3 of an inning, walked 2 and gave up a hit. Two-0 pitch, high, 3-0. In that game, Jarrell McDade hit a home run, scored 4 runs. Nate Montgomery was 3 for 4. Three balls and no strikes to count to Dalton Martin. Thigpen's pitch is taken for a strike as Martin was already on his way to first base. Ironically, Kent Noe started that game last season between these two teams. Pitched 4 innings in that afternoon. The stretch by Thigpen. And throw over to first as Stiegel looked a little jumpy over there. Three balls and 1 strike to count to Dalton Martin. And the pitch, outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and the Pioneers have their first 2 men on base here in the 4th. So Bryson Ford will bat with runners at first and second and nobody out. Conversation at the mound as the catcher Moxie comes out to talk to Thigpen. Bryson Ford is 0 for 1 officially. He flied to center and walked in his first 2 plate appearances. So Thigpen in a jam of his own doing as he walked the first 2 batters. First pitch to Ford is on the inside corner, strike 1. One strike to count to Bryson Ford. Next pitch, low into the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to count to Bryson Ford. Next pitch is line to right field. That's in for a base hit. Stiegel is getting the stop sign as the throw comes in from the right fielder, Brandon. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. So 2 walks and a single have loaded the bases with nobody out for Nate Montgomery, the designated hitter. Montgomery has singled and struck out looking. Second at bat came with the bases loaded, so he's batting with the sacks juiced for the 2nd time today. This time with his team trailing 3-2. Thigpen with the set and the first pitch. Breaking ball there for a strike. 1 strike to count to Nate Montgomery. Stretched by Thigpen. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count to Nate Montgomery. That pitch is on the outside corner, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Nate Montgomery. Thigpen with the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Montgomery down on strikes for the 2nd time with the bases loaded today. That's the first out of the inning. The first baseman, Garrett Dupuis, will bat. Dupuis has singled and struck out in his 2 at-bats. So Dupuis batting again with the bases loaded. First pitch, drops in there for a strike. 1 strike to count to Garrett Dupuis. That one is hit to left field. Hit well. It's cooking foul. And home run distance, but a foul ball. Dupuy hit it good, but he just curled it foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Stretch the 0-2 pitch. Hit to left field. It's in for a base hit. In to score is Stiegel. On his heels is Martin. And they will both cross the plate, and the Pioneers regain the lead at 4-3 on a 2-run single by Garrett Dupuy. Dupuy with runs batted in 13 and 14 as he just reached down and golfed that pitch into left field. Stiegel held up to make sure it dropped in. Martin knew it was in, and he was around third easily to score.
Left fielder, number 20, Jerome McDade.
The 4th run of the game for the Pioneers. So Dupuy, with 1 swing in the bat, gets the Pioneers the lead right back at 4-3. Jarrell McDade, the batter, he has struck out and lined out to left. Thigpen's pitch in the dirt, bounces away from the catcher. Moxie, who can't find it. Rounding third is Ford. He's going to hold up as Moxie retrieves it right next to his dugout. A wild pitch will bring the runners up 90 feet. And now second and third with 1 out. Where a fly ball could potentially score a run. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Jarrell McDade. One is fouled to the screen, a ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike to count to Jarrell McDade. Thigpen's pitch. Breaking ball up high. 2 balls and a strike. Chase Willenweber, the catcher, waiting on deck. With 1 out here in the 4th. 2-1 the count to McDade. Thigpen's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. McDade, a senior out of Magnolia, Texas. 5'10", 215 pounds. Went to Tyler Junior College, where he won a Division III NJCAA World Series championship on this field 2 years ago. Thigpen with the set. And the 2-2 pitch. Line to left center field, and it's going to split the gap and go all the way back to the wall. In to score is Ford. Right behind him is Dupuy. McDade will roll into second base with a double. 2 runs batted in, and the Pioneers extend their lead to 6-3 here in the 4th. So Jarrell McDade comes through with a 2-run double. Now with 30 RBIs on the season, his 6th 2-base hit of the year, as that ball split the gap going all the way toward the scoreboard. And in easily to score were both Ford and Dupuy. A slow walk to the mound by head coach Jeff Hunter could be the end of the line for Thigpen. He has come on here in this 4th inning, gone walk, walk, single, strikeout, single, double. Chase Willenweber waiting for a shot to bat here. So 4 runs in the inning for the Pioneers. They lead at 6-3. And they will stick with Thigpen. Try and get out of this inning. Willenweber has struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances. So Willenweber ready to go against Thigpen. He's stretching the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Moxie. 1 ball and no strikes. ball and no strikes to count to Chase Willenweber. Pitch. Inside corner, strike one. One ball and a strike with Fincham on deck. Pitch to Willenweber. Popped foul. It's towards the Tusculum dugout. It'll land in the netting and then bounce off the roof of the dugout, where it was grabbed by Andrew Willis. One ball and two strikes to count to Willenweber. Pitch as McDade takes off for third. It's a breaking ball high. No chance at third base as McDade steals the bag. That's his 8th stolen base of the season. He is now at third base with a 2-ball and 2-strike count to Willenweber. Fifth stolen base of the game for the Pioneers. Thigpen, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he gets him. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Thigpen. And it's up to Zach Fincham to bring in that 5th run. Fincham's reached base twice on a double and a walk. He scored a run. 6-3 Tusculum with 2 outs here in the 4th. Thigpen with the stretch and the pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch. 1-1 pitch. High, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Zach Fincham. Stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Low. Bounces away from Moxie, but not far enough for an advance. 3 balls and a strike. Three and 1 the count. To Fincham. Pitch. High, ball 4. So runners now at the corners with 2 outs for Seth DeHaven.
The center fielder, number 1, Seth DeHaven.
DeHaven has walked and reached on a fielder's choice, also stolen a base. Thigpen has walked 3 in this inning, also allowed 3 hits and 4 runs. He is stretched by Thigpen. And now taking off is Fincham as the pitch is low. Another stolen base for the Pioneers. 6th stolen base of the game for the team. Fincham's first. And now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Ball and no strikes to DeHaven. The pitch, low and away, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Seth DeHaven. Pitch. Shows bunt. Takes strike. balls and 1 strike to count to Seth DeHaven. Pitch. Low and away, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to count to Seth DeHaven. Base open as Jaden Stiegel waits on deck. Stiegel started this inning by drawing a leadoff walk. The 3-1 pitch. Up and in, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Thigpen has walked 4 in this inning. He's also struck out 2. And the bases are loaded again. It's time for Jaden Stiegel, who has singled twice, walked, scored 2 runs. He will not be facing Thigpen, as the second trip to the mound this inning will be a pitching change. We'll have the new pitcher for you when we come back. Tusculum leading Bluefield State 6-3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. More after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
We are in
New pitcher for Bluefield State here in this bottom of the 4th inning is going to be the right-hander, Caden Ross. Ross, a freshman, 5'9", out of Wayne, West Virginia. And he will be charged with trying to stop the bleeding here. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 4th, with Tusculum leading 6-3. So Stiegel will step in. Two outs in this 4th inning. The pitch from Ross, breaking ball high, 1 ball and no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Inside 2-0. That throwback to the pitcher short hopped him, and Ross did well to knock that one down. The windup in the 2-0 pitch. That breaking ball's in there for a strike, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. And that hits Stiegel, and that's going to force in a run. McDade will score as Stiegel is hit for the 12th time this season. That one will drive in a run. Second RBI of the day, 14th of the season for Stiegel. Gets it the hard way as the Pioneers extend their lead. Now 7-3. Five runs in the inning for the Pioneers. The first pitch to Martin. Sky to left field. Going back is the left fielder, Bianco. He circles under and makes the catch, and the inning is over. After the Pioneers in the inning, they get 5 runs on 3 hits. And they leave the bases loaded. End of 4 innings here at Pioneer Park. It's Tusculum 7 and Bluefield State 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Parade from the Pioneer bullpen continues with right-hander Austin Collins. Collins, 6'1", 170-pound right-hander out of Greenville High School. Collins on the mound for the 7th time this season. He's 1-0 with a 5.79 ERA, 9 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He's walked 8, struck out 4, and opponents hitting .226 against Austin Collins, the redshirt freshman right-hander. 7-3, Pioneers lead it here going to the 5th after a 5-run 4th inning. Kevon Moxie will lead off the inning for the Big Blues. He was safe on an error and struck out in his 2 previous at-bats. Tusculum has gone Noe, Willis, McDaniel, and Lay the first 4 innings. The 5th inning, it belongs to Collins. First pitch is hit in the hole for a base hit. 5th hit of the game for Bluefield State. Moxie is the leadoff base runner here in the 5th. Third baseman Cole Blocker will bat. Blocker walked and grounded out.
Third baseman number 36, Cole Blocker.
Seven runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for the Pioneers. 3 runs, 5 hits, and error for the Big Blues. Collins' pitch is fouled to the screen, 1 strike. Stretch. 1-0, or the 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stretch. 1-1 pitch. Low 2-1. Two balls and a strike, the count to the third baseman, Blocker. Collins' pitch, low 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Blocker. Pitch popped up, foul, out of play. It's full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 5th. Swing and a miss. He got him on the high fastball. Blocker down on strikes. 1 out here in the 5th. The second baseman, Josiah Hatch, will bat. Hatch reaching on a fielder's choice. And he walked and scored back in the 4th. Pitch from Collins is high and away, ball 1. Stretching the pitch in the dirt, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Hatch. Throw over to first. Back safely is Moxie. Pitch. There for a strike. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. The next pitch is taken for a strike. It's 2-2. Pitch, swing and a miss. He's out. Hatch is out on the strikeout with first base occupied. 2 outs. And back-to-back strikeouts.
The left fielder, number 16.
And the left fielder, Shane Bianco, will bat. Bianco is grounded out and was safe on an error. Taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Lofted to shallow left field. McDade backs up, now drifts to his right and makes the catch. And the inning is over. So the leadoff single and 3 straight outs for Austin Collins. Nothing doing for Bluefield State in the 5th. We're halfway home, middle of the 5th. It's Tusculum 7, Bluefield State 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients.
Bottom of the 5th inning for the Pioneers with a 7-3 lead. It'll be the heart of the order for Tusculum, Ford, Montgomery, and Dupuis to face right-hander Caden Ross, who came in to get the last out of the 4th inning.
Leading off the Pioneers, third baseman, number 16, Bryson Ford.
Ford has flied out, walked, singled, and scored. Windup and the pitch by Ford. Taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Bryson Ford. Next pitch is a ball, 2-0. That's a strike, 2 balls and a strike. And knocked foul over the dugout and over the canopy. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one is also fouled away. Pitch is lined to right center field. That is going to drop in for a base hit. Chasing it is the right fielder, Brandon. Ford on his way to second. Brandon can't pick it up at the warning track. Ford on his way to third, and he will get there with a leadoff triple. So Ford with his second three-base hit of the season. He leads off his inning with a triple.
DH number 33, Nate Montgomery.
Nate Montgomery will bat. Not Montgomery has singled and struck out twice. First pitch to him is chop foul down the third baseline, 1 strike. Stretched by Ross, and the 0-1 pitch hit foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count. The stretch by Ross and the pitch popped up, shallow right field. Going out as the second baseman, Hatch. He's got it in shallow right, makes the catch. Ford was halfway down the line. Was anticipating a possible drop because he was not going to score if the ball was caught. Which obviously did not. So 1 down here in the 5th. Garrett Dupuis will bat. Dupuis had a good day. He's singled, struck out, and singled home 2 runs last inning, and then later scored in part of that 5-run 4th inning. Batting with a runner at third and 1 out here in the 5th. Pitch from Ross. Swung and missed. One strike to count to Garrett Dupuis. Pitch high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Chopped in the hole past Cooper into left field. It's a base hit. In to score is Ford as Garrett Dupuis picks up his 3rd hit of the game, his 3rd run batted in. And the Pioneers now lead at 8-3.
The left fielder, number 20, Jarrell McDade.
As Dupuis just took that breaking ball and just chopped it in the hole. Was going to get the run home no matter what, and wound up going on into left field for a base hit. Jarrell McDade, the batter. McDade is struck out, lined out, and then hit a 2-run double his last time up and later scored. On the outside corner, strike 1. 10th hit of the game for the Pioneers. The stretch by Ross. Throw over to first, and back safely is Dupuis. Dupuis is 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Pioneers feeling a little runnerish today as they have stolen 6 bases without being caught. Stretch by Ross and the pitch. Line foul. The balls and 2 strikes to Jarrell McDade. So nothing in 2 the count. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. McDade down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 2 outs here in the 5th. And Chase Woolenweber, the catcher, will bat. Woolenweber has struck out, walked, and struck out.
The catcher, number 8, Chase Woolenweber.
over to first. Back safely is Dupuis. Pitch in the dirt. Dupuis running, and he'll move up to second base. Don't know that Dupuis was stealing on that pitch, but we'll see how it's scored. It's either going to be a wild pitch or a stolen base, but either way, Dupuis in scoring position with 2 outs. Chop foul. Ball and a strike to Chase Willenweber. It was a stolen base for Dupuis. He was going, so 7 steals for today for the Pioneers. Pitch to Willenweber is taken for a ball, 2-1. Ross, the 4th pitcher of the game for the Big Blues. Tusculum has used 5 pitchers in the ball game. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Chase Willenweber. Zach Fincham waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and it's full count. Three and 2 the count to Willenweber. Pitch is hit to left field, hit pretty well. Bianco going back to the track, to the wall, and it's off the wall. In to score is Dupuis. Willenweber rolls into second, and now he's taking off for third as the ball gets away from the left fielder, and he's in with a sliding triple. Chase Willenweber just missing a home run there as he hits that one halfway off the wall and left. And another run to the Pioneers. It's 9-3. Bianco got back there, and the ball hitting right about halfway up the wall as he motors around to third.
The right fielder, number 10, Zach Fincham.
So it's now 9-3 Pioneers here in the 5th inning. RBI triple by Chase Willenweber, the 2nd triple of the inning for the Pioneers. We'll have another pitching change for Bluefield State. Bottom of the 5th, Tusculum leads the Big Blues 9-3. More after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Another pitcher in from the Bluefield State bullpen. It's right-hander Addison Meeks. Meeks, a senior 6 foot, 172 pounds, out of Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Meeks with a couple wins for this Bluefield State pitching staff this season. He'll try and get the final out here in the 5th inning with the Pioneers leading 9-3. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the fourth, and 2 more here in the fifth. Zach Fincham's got a perfect day at the plate going. He doubled and scored in the second, walked in the third, walked in the fourth. So Meeks on to face Fincham with 2 outs. First pitch is taken for a ball. Both teams have used 5 pitchers today. Mendez went 2 innings for Bluefield State. Burgos went 1 inning. Thigpen 2/3 of an inning. Ross goes 1 inning, spread out across the 4th and 5th, and now Meeks on here in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Zach Fincham. Bluefield State pitching has thrown 128 pitches so far today. Pitches low, 2-1. Combined, they've walked 8. They've also struck out 8. Giving up 11 hits and 9 runs. Two-one pitch. There for a strike, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count to Zach Fincham, with Woolenweber on at third after that triple. Chop foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Want to correct the record here. Bryson Ford led off the inning. It was officially scored a double and an error, which I would agree with, as that ball is grounded up the middle into center field. A base hit for Zach Fincham. His second hit of the game, driving home Woolenweber, makes it 10-3 Tusculum. Fincham with the RBI, his 18th of the season. He's now 2 for 2. As he just sent that pitch right back where it came from, right back up the middle. Well, close.
The center fielder, number 1,
Stitch played it cool out there as that ball was coming right at him. He just made a little slight turn as the ball went behind him into center field for a base hit. Seth DeHaven will bat. DeHaven has walked twice. Grounded into a fielder's choice. He hits one to left center field. Hits it pretty well. Bianco going back towards the warning track. He makes the catch on the run. Nice play by the left fielder. Shane Bianco tracking that ball down with the sun and the wind. And he made a nice play on the catch as he goes on the full run and makes that catch right in front of the scoreboard. 2 runs in the inning for the Pioneers, or 3 runs in the inning for the Pioneers on 4 base hits. There was an error and 1 left on base. 5 complete here at Pioneer Park. It's Tusculum 10, Bluefield State 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
There are several benefits. Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
Sixth inning, 6th pitcher for the Pioneers is right-hander Trevor Lloyd as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Lloyd, the sophomore, 5'11", 180 pounds, out of Knoxville's Hardin Valley Academy. Lloyd, this season, making his 7th appearance. He has no record with a 4.09 earned run average, 11 innings, 11 hits, 5 earned runs. He's walked 4, struck out 6. Opponents hitting .250 against Trevor Lloyd. First batter he is facing is the designated hitter Tanner Ray, who takes a strike. Tusculum with the 10-3 lead here in the 6th. Lloyd's pitch, making there for a strike, 0-2. Ray is struck out and lined out in his 2 at-bats. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen, still 0-2. This lead holds. The winning pitcher would be, I believe, Alec Lay. Pitch the 4th. Swing and a miss. And Ray goes down swinging. One out here in the 6th. That strikeout is the 9th of the game for Pioneer pitching. Now batting is the shortstop C.J. Cooper. He takes the ball. Cooper has struck out both of his previous at-bats. He lines that one to right. Fincham will track it down on a couple of hops. So base hit for C.J. Cooper, the shortstop. He is a 1-out base runner. And now the guy that the Pioneers haven't been able to get out today, Logan Riston, the center fielder. He doubled and scored in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd, and singled home a run in the 4th. So he's been involved in all 3 of the Big Blues runs. Lloyd with the stretch, and the pitch. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. Feels like an all-star game with the one pitcher an inning for the Pioneers today. Popped up, foul, and Wollenweber giving chase, and he's not going to have a play as it lands on the brick wall right behind the home plate area, right by the Bluefield State dugout. That brick wall is about, I'd say probably about 2 feet thick, maybe 18 inches, and it landed right on the brick. Would have been a no play as it hit the netting on the way down. 1 ball and a strike, the count to Riston. Pitch from Lloyd. With the runner going, it's hit to center field. DeHaven is tracking it, and he'll make the catch. And Cooper's going to have to retreat to first base, and he will get back there with the slide. So DeHaven makes the catch in center field, and Riston's finally retired for the first time today. 2 outs here in the 6th.
17, Tanner Brandon.
Tanner Brandon, the right fielder, will bat. He has struck out twice and walked. Tusculum pitchers have just thrown their 100th pitch of the game. Bluefield State pitching up to 135 pitches. Cooper going again. The pitch is inside. The throw to second by Wollenweber. Hits the runner. And safe at second base is Cooper on the stolen base. Interesting strategy to be running down 7 runs, but he made it safely. One ball and no strikes to count to Brandon. Stretch by Lloyd, the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count to Brandon. The 1-1 pitch. Hit to right center field. Fincham was shading towards the gap, and he reaches up and makes the catch. Nice play by Zach Fincham, who was playing Brandon to pull in right center field. That ball looked like it was going to hit the gap off the bat, but Fincham out there makes the play on the run, reaches up and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs in the inning, a hit and 1 left. Middle of the 6th. Love is gone for the Pioneers. Not hardly, as they're up 10-3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Another pitcher for Bluefield State as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's right-hander Roman Moore. Roman Moore, a freshman, listed as a catcher. 6 foot, 214 pounds, out of Clarksville Northeast High School. He has not pitched in any games this season. Wait a second. No, the new catcher's Roman Moore. I heard the announcement for Roman Moore. It's because he is the new catcher. Meeks is still pitching. There's been so many pitching changes in this game that you just assume that there's a new pitcher. But there's a new catcher. Meanwhile, the batter is Jaden Stiegel. These things happen when it gets to 10-3. Stiegel's had a perfect game. He's singled twice, walked, been hit by a pitch, knocked in 2, scored 2, and stolen 3 bases. He fouls that pitch away against Meeks. Pitch in the dirt, bounces away, 2-2. Pitch is popped up into shallow right. Coming in as the right fielder, Brandon. He makes the catch, and Stiegel's retired for the first time. 1 out here in the 6th. Dalton Martin, the second baseman, will bat. Martin has struck out, flied out, walked, and scored a run, and flied out.
Second baseman, number 5, Dalton Martin.
Martin batting. 1 down here in the 6th. First pitch from Meeks is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Right there for a strike, 2-1. Wind up the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Meeks. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Foul to the screen, still 2-2. And swing and a miss, and Martin goes down on strikes. He is now 0 for 4 in the game. It's 2 outs here in the 6th. And Bryson Ford, the third baseman, Ford has flied out, walked, singled and scored, and doubled and scored. So Meeks on here with 2 outs in the 6th. Low and away, ball, no strikes. Line up, and the next pitch is there for a strike, 1-1. Next pitch is low, 2-1. Working very quickly is Meeks, and we all appreciate that. Chopped foul, and it's 2-2 to Bryson Ford. High, 3-2. And called third strike. Down on strikes is 4. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Meeks. And the Pioneers are out in order here in the 6th. As that 3-2 pitch finds the outside corner for called strike 3. 6 innings in the books. It's Tusculum 10, Bluefield State 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
There are several benefits that come along with our newly accredited ACBSP status for the College of Business programs. Among those is an instilled sense of confidence for parents and students. This includes our quality and credentialed faculty. This includes our strategic plan going forward, and the fact that we take into account outside feedback from students and stakeholders when designing our future programs.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Seventh inning, seventh pitcher for the Pioneers. It's left-hander Mitch McCain. McCain, the 6'1", 195-pound junior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. He's been a workhorse out of the Tusculum bullpen. His 11th appearance this season, 2-0 record, a 3.52 earned run average, 15 and a third innings, 11 hits, 6 earned runs. He's walked 15. He struck out 29 batters in 15 and a third innings. Opponents hitting 196 against him. McCain's strikeouts per 9-inning rate is every bit as good as Charles Hall, the nation leader in strikeouts. Total strikeouts this season with 88, but McCain right there as far as strikeout rate goes. And he'll work against the first baseman Peyton Durham, who's got to be wondering what's up with this, as this is another lefty that he's got to face. Faced Lay in the 4th, and now facing McCain here in the 7th. Pitches inside for a ball. Tusculum has gone to the lefties often today. McCain now, Willis earlier, Alec Lay before that. 1-0 pitch. There for a strike. Pitch is a strike. 0-2. Pitch is chopped foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peyton Durham. McCain. Ready to go with the 1-2 pitch. Hit towards first. It's going to go foul as it came to the bag. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Durham. The stretch by McCain. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Will Weber will have to throw down to first, and that will get the out 2-3. And 1 out here in the 7th.
Now batting the catcher, number 77.
This will be the first at bat for the catcher, Roman Moore. Moore has been a starter for the Big Blues behind the plate this season. Swings and misses at the first pitch. One strike to count. The next pitch is on the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Roman Moore. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. That one also in the dirt. And Woolen Weber to Dupuis for the second out. And third baseman Cole Blocker will bat. Blocker has walked, grounded out, and struck out. So McCain racking up those strikeouts as advertised. First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch is a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kane ready to work. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. 2 balls and a strike. Stretch by McCain. 2-1 pitch, in the dirt, 3-1. Stretch. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Cole Blocker with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 7th. McCain, 3-2 pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 4. So Blocker draws a 2-out walk. And after the plate comes the second baseman, Josiah Hatch. Hatch has grounded into a fielder's choice, walked and scored, and struck out. Stretch by McCain. Pitch. High ball 1. One ball and no strikes to count to Josiah Hatch. One 0 pitch. There for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Stretch by McCain. 2-1 pitch. There's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count on Blocker. Or excuse me, Hatch with Blocker the runner at first. Kane's 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul, still 2 and 2. Kane looking in for the sign. And the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul, still 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 7th. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. So McCain strikes out the side. And Bluefield State's done here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Stretch time, it's Tusculum 10 and Bluefield State 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Legendary discounts made Johnson City Toyota #1, and this month our discounts are huge with savings up to $5,600 on new Toyotas. Camrys are discounted up to $3,800, so ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota and get your savings today. Ready, set, go to
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
You got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
We are in.
First lefty of the day for Bluefield State, and this will be Austin Stambo. 5'11", 163-pound sophomore out of Huntington, West Virginia. He will go to work against the Pioneers lineup, which includes Nate Montgomery leading off the inning. Montgomery singled, struck out twice, and popped up. So to add it all up again, Tusculum's had 7 pitchers today, each throwing exactly 1 inning. This is the 6th pitcher for Bluefield State. And the first pitch is a strike. Meeks did a good job out there, 1 1/3 innings, allowed a hit, struck out 2. Fouls that one back, does Montgomery. Meeks and Brugos were the only pitchers so far who have not allowed a run for Bluefield State. Tusculum pitching is now fan 12 today. Tusculum batting has struck out 10 times. So a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks. And for the Pioneers, a lot of runs. 10-3 here in the 7th. Stambo's pitch is flared foul right side. It'll go out of play. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The shade from the canopy now has covered the infield, and there's shadows of the sunlight coming through the concourse area. As that's chopped foul to the Bluefield State dugout, still 1-2 to Nate Montgomery. This is where the sun field really comes into play for the left fielder. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Montgomery, the pitch. 55-foot breaking ball for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Montgomery, Dupuis, and McDade due up for the Pioneers here in the 7th. The pitch hit foul, still 2-2. More activity in the Tusculum bullpen, as they will undoubtedly make it 8 pitchers in 8 innings. Probably go 9 for 9 before this is done. Stambo winds in the 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Nate Montgomery. Wind, 3-2 pitch. hit towards third. Off the glove of blocker, he recovers his throw across. Scooped at first base by the new first baseman, R.J. Rohr, in time for the out.
First baseman,
An
number
interesting
34.
way to find out who the players in the ball game is he makes a play over at first base. And there's one out here in the 7th inning. Garrett Dupuis, the batter. Dupuis has singled, struck out, 2-run single, and an RBI single. He's knocked in 3. He's 3 for 4. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Wind up in the 1-1 pitch. In the outside corner, ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to Dupuis. Pitch. Hit to third. Diving stop by blocker. He's going to have to throw across and they're not going to get him. Great play there by blocker at third base, but Dupuis legs it out for his 4th hit of the game. So Garrett Dupuis having himself an afternoon as he is safe at first on that ground ball to third. So Dupuis now 4 for 5. Stretched by Stambo in the pitch to McDade is taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Jarrell McDade. Stretch. Pitch. Hit to short. Might be 2. Cooper flips to second on to first. It is a double play. Cooper to Hatch to Rohr. That's a 6-4-3 double play to end the 7th. A hit and nobody left for the Pioneers. We go to the top of the 8th inning with Tusculum leading 10-3 on the Pioneers Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at johnsoncitytoyota.com.
More changes for the Pioneers as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Changes in the outfield. Sam Urban is now in center field. Wes Reynolds takes over in left field. Jake Wapinski is in right field. The new third baseman is Trey Hinton. And the new pitcher is Pedro Rodriguez. Rodriguez making his 6th appearance of the season, 0-1 record, a 10.38 earned run average, 4 to third innings, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, opponents hitting 188 against Pedro Rodriguez. The senior, 6 foot 220 pounds, out of Kissimmee, Florida, by way of Seminole Community College. We'll face the left fielder Shane Bianco, who grounds one to third. Nice play by Hinton just in the ball game. Throw across, not in time. It's a base hit for Bianco. Ball always finds a new guy. And what a play there by Trey Hinton, who's been starting at first base for the Pioneers this season, but now in the game at third. And he almost came up with a whale of a play to start the inning. And we have a new batter. This is Andrew Anglin, who will bat for the designated hitter Tanner Ray. Anglin, a freshman, 5'8", 220 pounds, out of Ravenswood, West Virginia. Batting here in the 8th inning. First pitch, taken for a ball. Rodriguez's pitch is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes the count to Anglin. That pitch is inside, 3-0. Stretch by Rodriguez. 3-0 pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Three balls and a strike, the count to Anglin. Pitch. Right there, strike two. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Andrew Anglin. Runner goes, the pitch is fouled away, still a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 8th inning. Tusculum has out-hit Bluefield State 13-7, and that's ball 4 to Anglin. And the shortstop C.J. Cooper will bat. Cooper has struck out twice, singled, and stole a base.
The shortstop, number 14, C.J. Cooper.
First pitch to Cooper is there for a strike. Cooper evidently a switch hitter. Well, he batted against Willis in the second, the lefty. Batted against Lay in the fourth, a lefty. And he batted in the 6th. And this one is hit to left center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit between Reynolds and Urban. Throw comes back into the infield, and the bases are loaded. So a single for Cooper, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. The top of the order.
Center fielder, number 55, Logan Riston.
And we're going to have a pinch runner at second base. Jordan Wilson will run at second base for Anglin. Wilson
Pitch runner at second base for Bluefield State, number Jordan Wilson.
So at the top of the order, Logan Riston, who's 3 for 4, double, a single, another single, and a fly out. Scored twice, knocked in a run. It's 10-3, but things can get crazy in a hurry. Pitch is low for a ball. Bullpen still working for the Pioneers. There's more pitchers out there available. Stretch by Rodriguez. Pitch. Inside corner, strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan Riston. Pitch. Up and in, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bianco at third, Wilson at second, Cooper at first. Pitch. Right there for a strike, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Logan Riston. Stretched by Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch. Low and away, it's a full count. Nowhere to put him. Three and 2 the count to Riston. Rodriguez with the set. 3-2 pitch. Inside corner, called, third strike. So Rodriguez comes back and paints the inside corner. Riston's out on strikes for the first out here in the 8th. Bring out the right fielder, Tanner Brandon. Rodriguez
The right fielder,
finds that
17,
inside
Tanner
corner for
Brandon.
the called strike 3. The middle infield can look for 2. Pitch. Hit back to the screen, 1 strike. Brandon is 0 for 3, struck out twice, walked, and lined out to right. And a nice running catch by Zach Fincham. Pitch. There for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Tanner Brandon. Stretched by Rodriguez. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rodriguez, and there's 2 outs here in the 8th. Rodriguez comes with the heat and gets Brandon to chase. Now batting is the first baseman, R.J. Rohrer. Rohrer came in the game last inning. The first pitch to him is in the dirt, and Wohenweber blocks it. It doesn't go away far enough, as having to retreat is Bianco.
Now batting number 1, R.J. Rohrer.
One ball and no strikes to count to Rohrer. A sophomore out of Salem, Virginia. Pitched by Rodriguez. Low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Rodriguez loaded the bases on a single, a walk, and a single, but he's gotten back-to-back strikeouts. Now trying to see his way out of this 8th inning. Stretched by Rodriguez. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike to count to R.J. Rohrer. Roman Moore, the catcher, waits on deck. 10-3, Tusculum leading here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Pitch from Rodriguez. There for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez 1 pitch away from escaping this jam here in the 8th inning. Stretch. 2-2 pitch. Low, it's full count. So the runners will be off at the pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Pedro Rodriguez trying to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Stretch. 3-2 pitch. Wild foul to the backstop. It's 3-2, holding to R.J. Rohrer. So they'll do it again, 3-2. Tusculum pitching with 14 strikeouts in this ball game. Pitch hit towards short. Stiegel has it, throws across. Can't scoop it is Dupuis, and everybody's safe. That'll be an error on Stiegel, allowing a run to score. So it's 10-4. No RBI.
Now batting, the catcher, number 77, Roman Moore.
Roman Moore, the catcher of the batter. He struck out in the 7th. 10-4 the score now with 2 outs. Base is still loaded. Pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. So Rodriguez made his pitch there, but unable to make the play, and the run scores. Stretch. Pitch. High, ball and a strike. Stretch by Rodriguez. And the 1-1 pitch. There for a strike, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Roman Moore. Wilson now at third base, Cooper at second, and Rohr the runner at first. The 1-2 pitch. Hit towards second. Martin on the backhand flips it to Stiegel in time for the out, and the side is retired. 1 run in the inning for Bluefield State on 2 hits and error, and the bases left loaded. Middle of the 8th, it's Tusculum 10, Bluefield State 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
It's like I've said for about 15 times today, another new pitcher in the ball game for Bluefield State. This will be right-hander Baird Stevens. Stevens, a senior out of Fincastle, Virginia, 5'11", 209 pounds. Been a starting pitcher for the team this year, but he'll get the 8th inning here of this ball game with Tusculum leading 10-4. It'll be, well, we'll see who it'll be. It'll be Wollenweber, followed by Wapinski and Urban would be the batters due for the Pioneers here in this last of the 8th inning. So the leadoff batter for the Pioneers this inning will be the catcher, Chase Wollenweber. Wollenweber has struck out, walked, struck out, and tripled in a run and scored a run. 1 for 3 officially. First pitch from Stevens is there for a strike. Shadows almost encompassing all of left field now. The left fielder having to shade his eyes as that pitch hits Willenweber, and he'll take first base. That'll bring Jake Wapinski to the plate.
Now batting for the Pioneers.
Wapinski on the season.
Jake Wapinski.
6 hits and 27 at-bats, a .222 average. He's started 8 games. Came in for defense in the last inning. Takes a strike. Wapinski, a sophomore, 6 foot, 195 pounds, out of Blandon, Pennsylvania, Fleetwood High School. Last season hit .261 for the Pioneers. Wapinski's last at-bat came in February 26th against King when he went 0 for 2. Pitch to him is taken for a strike. Sam Urban waits on deck with Willenweber on at first. Stevens goes into the low bend, come to the set. And the pitch. In the dirt, ball and 2 strikes. To Jake Wapinski. Stretch by Stevens. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Wapinski's down on strikes. One down here in the 8th. And Sam Urban will bat. Urban batting for the first time today.
Hey, it's the center fielder, number 12, Sam Urban.
2 for 31 at the plate. A double. Also walked 6 times. Urban appearing in his 19th game this season. Last batted on Saturday against Queens in that doubleheader. Used often as a pinch hitter. That pitch is taken for a ball. So Urban looking to get himself rolling here. He has stolen 4 bases. When he's gotten on base, he's been getting around to score runs. He scored 5 runs. And hits that one up the middle for a base hit. Good swing there and a good resolve for Sam Urban. Thought the pitcher was going to catch that. That's the kind of play when you're hitting in the luck that he's hit into this season. That's what happens. But it's a base hit for Sam Urban. 14th hit of the game for the Pioneers. And the shortstop, Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel has singled and scored, singled home a run, walked and scored. Hit by a pitch, just drive in a run, flying out. He's reached base 4 out of 5 times, scored twice, stolen 3 bases, driven in 2 runs. Batting with 2 on and 1 out here in the 8th. Stretch and the pitch. He's taken for a ball. One ball and no strikes to count to Jaden Stiegel. Pitch is fouled away. It's a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. One and 1 the count to Jaden Stiegel. Stretch by Stevens in the pitch. Way outside, good stop by the catcher Moore. Throw down to second as Willenweber was wandering off the bag, but he gets back in safely. Two balls and a strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. Stretch and the pitch. Low and outside, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike the count to Stiegel. Three and 1 the count. Pitch. Low and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. As Stiegel reaches for the 5th time. Dalton Martin to the plate.
Second baseman, number 5, Dalton Martin.
So Martin will try and deliver here. He is 0 for 4. He has scored a run after walking in the 4th inning. Tusculum with 10 runs on 14 hits with Martin, their offensive catalyst. Little production so far, and then he'll drive in a run the hard way as he takes one off the foot. Second hit batsman of the inning as Woolenweber will come in. Martin gets the RBI. The second time in the game that the Pioneers have driven in a run on a hit batsman. Martin limping that one off at first base. Coach Brandon Steele walking out. Making a pinch runner here for him. 7-run lead as Steele's going to come out and take a look. Don't think Martin wants to come out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. Says athletic trainer Devin Underhill out to take a look at him, and Martin will depart after being hit. And the pinch runner will be Zach Froman. So Martin taking a seat in the dugout. Froman, the runner at first. And Trey Hinton, the batter. Hinton batting for the first time today. And he takes outside for a ball, 1-0.
Pitch running at first base for the Pioneers.
Hinton batting 197. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. He is second on the team in walks with 24. He's been starting at first base for most of the season. 1-0 pitch is taken for a ball, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to count to Trey Hinton. Baird Stevens, the set, the 2-0 pitch. Hit towards first, it's a foul ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Trey Hinton. 11-4, Tusculum leads it with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Hinton. Waiting for the pitch as Bradley Evans has moved in the on-deck circle. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 2-2. Evans would bat for Montgomery, whose DH position is due up next. Urban at third, Stiegel at second, Froman the pinch runner at first. 2-2 the count to Trey Hinton. Pitch inside and low, almost hit him. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Trey Hinton. Stevens. Ready. Comes set. And the 3-2 pitch. Hit up the middle off the glove of Stevens to the shortstop, Cooper. He flips to second for the out. Throw on to first is going to go off the wall behind first base. Is coming in to score is Urban and Stiegel behind him. So it's 1-6-4 on the fielder's choice, and then the throwing error by the shortstop Cooper, which allows the run to score. So Urban scores on the fielder's choice. Hinton gets an RBI for that one. And then Stiegel scores on the throwing error. Froman is out at second, 1-6-4.
Pinch hitting for the Pioneers is number 46, Bradley Evans.
Bradley Evans will pinch hit. Biggie made his season debut over the weekend. Went 1 for 5 with an RBI double in 2 games. So runner at first, 2 outs. Tusculum leading 13-4. Pitch. Hit foul. 1 strike to Bradley Evans. Evans, the senior, 5'10", 215 pounds, out of Polkville, North Carolina. Checking on the throwing error. I said the throwing error was on the shortstop. It was on the second baseman on the flip. So give that error to second baseman Hatch. Evans hits one to deep left field. Looking up is the left fielder, Bianco. It is gone. 2-run home run for Bradley Evans. His first home run of the season, and the Pioneers tack on 2 more. They lead it 15-4 here in the 8th. Evans did not miss on that one. As the left fielder Bianco just watched it sail. So a pinch hit 2-run home run for Bradley Evans. Tacks on 2 more runs for the Pioneers here in the 8th inning.
Now batting the first baseman, Garrett Dupuy.
That pitch came in and Evans did not miss it. He dropped the bat as he watched it sail over the fence, landing off, might have hit the flagpole. That was a bomb by Bradley Evans. Here's Dupuy, and he's had a day. Singled, struck out, singled to drive in 2, singled to drive in 1, and singled. 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And 5th hit of the game for Garrett Dupuy into left center field. He's going to make the turn. He's going to try for 2. His throw is going to be late. It's a double for Garrett Dupuy. He's got 5 hits today. What an afternoon for Garrett Dupuy, who's been a part-time starter at first base, and he has come through big time today for the Pioneers.
Now batting for the Pioneers.
And this will give Wes Reynolds a chance to get a swing. Reynolds is 1 for 4 at the plate this year with a double. 2 RBIs, is making his 8th appearance. Reynolds, freshman out of Cherryville, North Carolina. Pitch to him is low in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. So Garrett Dupuy, 5 for 6. We did this on Friday when we were looking at Charles Hall's strikeouts. So let's go to the Tusculum record book to see the last time there was a 5-hit game. And that pitch is to the backstop. And cruising over to third base will be Dupuy. The last Pioneer to have a 5-hit game would have been Creighton Wilkie against Catawba back in 2016. That pitch is a strike. Among the recent players who had a 5-hit, one player had a 5-hit game is in the dugout. John Topoleski had a 5-hit game against Nova Southeastern back in 2016. Other players who did it include Heath Comerford, Cody Kaufman, Sean Finucane, Carlos Rivera did it twice. The record is 6 hits in a game. Jose Martinez against Catawba in 2001 and Josh Wolf against Lenore Ryan in 2006. We'll add Garrett Dupuy's name to that list. 5-hit games. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Reynolds. The 3-2 pitch, chopped foul into the dugout at Bluefield State. Jordan Beaver has moved into the on-deck circle. He would bat for Woolenweber. Three balls and 2 strikes the count to Wes Reynolds. The pitch, low and away, ball 4. So the Pioneers have batted around again. And Jordan Beaver will bat. Beaver, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore catcher out of Dallas, North Carolina. This will be his first at bat of the season.
Number 45, Jordan Beaver.
I don't think we're having a pitching change. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen. Beaver, this will be his second career plate appearance. He batted last year against Notre Dame of Ohio. They're going to make him wait for it. They're going to talk, and now they're going to signal. Looks like they're going to be bringing in the right fielder to pitch. We have Wilson, who is in the DH spot, is going to take the field in right field. And it's going to be the right fielder, Brandon, to pitch. It is. So we have a pitching change. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. 15-4 Tusculum. Back after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at JohnsonCityToyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
We are
All right, so here's the changes for Bluefield State. Cole Blocker, the third baseman, is going to pitch. R.J. Rohr moves from first base to third base. Tanner Brandon moves from right field to first base. And Jordan Wilson, who is in the DH spot, moves into right field. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 5 runs in. Tusculum leading 15-4. Blocker has pitched this season. Pitched 2/3 of an inning earlier this year, had a walk and a strikeout. So pitching is not unusual for him. It's unusual to see, once you get to at the high school level, you see it all the time. You see guys who pitch and play other positions. But at the college level, it's generally a more, you're dedicated either pitching or playing the field. Now, I've seen guys, I once covered a team that had their center fielder was also their number 1 starter, but that's unusual. So Blocker into pitch to Beaver, who is making his second career plate appearance. Batting with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He'll stay in the game and catch most likely. First pitch to him is a ball. (15-4), Tusculum leading here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, 5 runs in. Pitch to Beaver is a strike. Take a look at the South Atlantic Conference scoreboard when we go to the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch bounced up there, 2-1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard now, won't we? Newberry beat Erskine 14-2. Newberry now 24-7. Mars Hill defeated Southern Wesleyan 15-4. Lincoln Memorial 16, Kentucky State 2. That's a final. Anderson leads Augusta 5-1 in the 5th inning. Game in progress. 2-1 pitch is taken low for a ball, 3-1. Lenore Ryan playing Belmont Abbey. And we'll get an update on that score. As Beaver hits one to short. Big hop for Cooper. His throw to second is in time for the out, and the side is retired. For the Pioneers in the 8th inning, they scored 5 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 2 left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading Bluefield State 15-4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Legendary discounts made Johnson City Toyota #1, and this month our discounts are huge with savings up to $5,600 on new Toyotas. Camrys are discounted up to $3,800, so ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota and get your savings today.
The last pitcher for the Pioneers today, well, hopefully the last pitcher for the Pioneers, is going to be Caleb Bell. Jordan Beaver stays in the game to catch. Bell making his first pitching appearance of the season for the Pioneers. He's actually caught some games. And now he's going to be pitching the 9th inning with a 15-4 lead. Tusculum has gone 1 pitcher per inning in each of the 9 innings of this game. Finish up that South Atlantic Conference scoreboard. Lenore Ryan leads Belmont Abbey 4-3 in the 4th inning. Queens and Winston-Salem State are tied at 3 in the 5th. That's a look at your South Atlantic Conference scoreboard for this afternoon. Here it's 15-4 Tusculum. We go to the top of the 9th inning. So, you talk about going Johnny Holstaff. This has been it and more. 9 pitchers for 9 innings for the Pioneers.
It's pitcher number 36, Cole Blocker.
So Caleb Bell will face the pitcher for Bluefield State, Cole Blocker. Blocker has walked, grounded out, struck out, and walked. So we'll see what Caleb Bell brings from the mound. First pitch is high for a ball. Next pitch, popped up. Shallow right field. Giving chase is the right fielder, and it'll fall in as Wapinski was giving a run for it but couldn't get there. Ball to strike the count. Bell last year played at Tyler Junior College. He was a former teammate of Jarrell McDade. That one is hit foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate, 2-2. Bell was not a pitcher at Tyler, so this may be a situation where it might be an audition. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Hit towards left center field. No, it's hit to shortstop. And it's grabbed by Stiegel for the out. Well, that ball looked off the bat like it was going to go into left center field, but it was just a routine play. Here, prove me wrong, Nick. Way in on. That was the deal, is that he got in so far on him that he couldn't get any power behind it. It was just an easy line drive to short. The swing was much better than the result. First pitch is a strike to Josiah Hatch. Hatch has reached on a fielder's choice, walked, struck out twice. Wind up in the pitch. Nice pitch, and it's a strike. Nothing in two. 15-4, Tusculum leads it with one out here in the ninth inning. The 0-2 pitch. High 1-2. The Tusculum 2 outs away from improving their record to 19-10 on the year. Ahead of the 3-game series that's starting this Friday at Carson Newman. The 1-2 pitch. Called third strike. Two outs here in the ninth, and it'll be the left fielder Shane Bianco. Bianco's grounded out, reached on an error, flied out, singled and scored. Pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Weather looks good for this weekend. No problem getting a 3-game series in with Carson Newman. The 1-0 pitch. There for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Shane Bianco. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Bianco. Wind up in the 2-1 pitch. Hit foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Pioneers now 1 strike away from finishing off this victory. $16 hits for Tusculum in the game. Wind up the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball goes to the backstop. Beaver retrieves it. He's going to have time. The throw to first is in time, and the ball game is over. Bianco didn't run immediately out of the box, and he is retired. And Caleb Bell throws a 1-2-3 ninth inning to close it out. And the Pioneers get the win by a score of 15-4. Back with the totals and a recap after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Back here at Pioneer Park, where Tusculum gets a victory 15-4 over Bluefield State. As Garrett Dupuis went 5 for 6 at the plate for the Pioneers in the win. He also had 3 runs batted in. As Tusculum out-hit Bluefield State by a 16-8 margin. The final game totals for Tusculum: 15 runs, 16 hits, 3 errors, and they left 13 men on base. For Bluefield State, they had 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, and 12 left on base. The final scoring decision has not been posted yet, but I believe that the victory will go to Alec Lay, who would go to 2-1 on the season. The loss would go to Carson Thigpen, who would drop to 0-2. Waiting to see if once the final totals have been posted, but I believe that's what it's going to be. And now they have been posted. And I correct, Alec Lay gets the victory. Carson Thigpen takes the loss. Well, how did it happen? Well, let's go back to the first inning. Bluefield State got a run in the top of the first inning on a wild pitch that scored Logan Riston with the first run of the game. Tusculum came back, got a run in the bottom half of the first inning as Jaden Stiegel singled, stole second, and then stole third and scored on a throwing error. Tied at 1. Tusculum went up 2-1 in the bottom of the second inning as Zach Fincham doubled with 1 out and scored on a RBI single by Stiegel. Bluefield State tied it at 2 in the top of the third inning on an RBI double by Peyton Durham, and they went up 3-2 in the fourth on an RBI single by Logan Riston. And then Tusculum came back with 5 runs in the bottom of the fourth inning to take the lead for good, including a pair of 2-run singles from Garrett Dupuis and Jarrell McDade, along with a hit batter by Stiegel with the bases loaded to force in a run. That made the score Tusculum 7-3. Pioneers added 3 runs in the fifth on RBI single by Dupuis, an RBI triple by Willenweber, and an RBI single by Fincham. That made it 10-3. Bluefield State got a run in the eighth on a error. Then the Pioneers got 5 runs in the bottom of the eighth inning, including a hit batter by Dalton Martin with the bases loaded. There was an error on a fielder's choice ground ball off the bat of Bryson Ford. A 2-run pinch hit home run by Bradley Evans. And that pretty much closed out the scoring in the ball game. Trey Hinton had that RBI ground fielder's choice in the eighth. So the Pioneers get the victory 15-4. The pitching lines, 9 pitchers, 9 innings for Tusculum. Among the highlights, Andrew Willis pitched a 1-2-3 second inning with 2 strikeouts. Mitch McCain, 3 strikeouts in a scoreless 7th inning. And then Caleb Bell, 2 strikeouts in a scoreless 9th inning. All 9 pitchers for the Pioneers had at least 1 strikeout as Tusculum struck out 16 Bluefield State batters in the game. For Bluefield State, the bullpen giving up 13 of those 15 runs as they went 8 deep in the bullpen this afternoon. Leading hitters for Tusculum, Garrett Dupuis, 5 for 6 with a double, 3 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Bryson Ford was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Jaden Stiegel 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Zach Fincham 2 for 2 at the plate as well for Tusculum. For Bluefield State, Logan Riston 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. And C.J. Cooper, the shortstop, was 2 for 4 in the ball game. Time of the game was long, 3 hours and 20 minutes. But we got through 9 innings in a Tusculum victory by a score of 15-4. Pioneers' next game will be on the road Friday afternoon at Carson Newman. It'll be a 2 o'clock start of a 3-game South Atlantic Conference Series. The next home game will be on Friday, March the 29th against Coker. That'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch, and we'll have coverage for you here on our YouTube page. There you see it, the final score, Tusculum 15, Bluefield State 4. For our producer, Nick Forsberg, I'm Jim Miller. Have a great rest of the evening. For more highlights of this game and interviews, come back to our YouTube page. We'll have those posted for you later on this evening. The highlights and the recap will be on our website at TusculumPioneers.com. Have a great night. We'll talk to you a week from Friday, the next home baseball game against Coker. Once again, your final score, Tusculum 15, Bluefield State 4. Have a great evening from the Pioneers Sports Network.